Hello and welcome to this drive from Bergen to Balestrand along the west coast of Norway. My name is Emma and I will be your guide for this drive. You can also find a written version of this drive on the Hidden North website at thehiddennorth.com. I have put in some links in the description. So we are beginning this drive in Bergen on the west coast of Norway. We're just going to leave our little neighbourhood here. We'll make our way through the city. I'll speed it up because I've done separate videos driving through Bergen. And once we're on the other side of the city, we'll slow it down and start talking more about the drive. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the morning rush hour commute. We have now made it to the other side of Bergen. We're just over on the north side now. We're about to cross the Nordhordland Bridge, which is a combined cable-stayed and pontoon bridge that is about 1.6 kilometers long. The floating section is a steel box girder bridge with 10 pontoons, and it's like this because of the fjord's depth. It is the second pontoon bridge to be built in Norway. Now, we are on the European Highway 39, which we will follow for a large part of the drive. It is referred to as the Coastal Highway of Norway because it really hugs the west coastline. Welcome to Alver Municipality, just north of Bergen. This municipality is home to Mongstad, which is Norway's largest oil refinery, owned by Equinor and Shell. It is important to the business life here, with a lot of people who live in this municipality working at the oil refinery. We've just crossed over onto a small island called Flatøy, which means the flat island, and soon we'll cross another bridge back to the mainland. The town we are approaching is called Knarvik, and it is the administrative centre of Alver. The E39 runs right through the middle of the village, cutting it into two. On the north side, or our left-hand side, we'll see Knarvik Centre, which is a major shopping mall. Before the 1970s, the community didn't have more than 30 people living here. It was built up a lot due to council planning, but also due to the oil refinery that was built nearby. We are continuing our drive north and have now crossed into the Masfjorden Municipality. This has a small community built around the Masfjord, which is one of the small little fjords here. There's about 1,600 people living here, and it is primarily an industrial municipality. Maybe you can tell with all the big power lines here, but there's a lot of hydro plants in the neighbourhood. we are now in Gulen Municipality, which is a historic municipality from the Viking Age. It was an important place for sailing into the Sognefjord, but it was most importantly a meeting place between chieftains and farmers. They would gather once a year to settle legal disputes and pay homage to the Norwegian kings. It was called a ting and was established in 930. It operated for 400 years. It is one of the most important institutions in Old Norwegian history, and it has influenced Norwegian laws ever since its foundation. It was also the place where Christianization came to Western Norway, with the first cross standing here. It eventually declined, but today there is a monument commemorating the history of this area. Otherwise, the municipality is used for agriculture and fishing. It is possible to drive out to the Gulating, but just note it's not the most interesting point of interest, unless you're really into Viking heritage. We have crossed over into Hoyanger Municipality. If you want to know more about how this ferry works, we have written about it in great detail on our website. So this area is part of the traditional region of Sogn, which is a region surrounding the Sognefjord. This is one of the first industrial towns in Norway. The Sognefjord is the fjord we crossed, and we will be getting glimpses of it for the rest of the drive. It is Norway's longest and deepest fjord, reaching 205 kilometres long, or about 120 miles. So this is the Sognefjord that you can see out to the right-hand side, and you can see the ferries as well. This little village is Lavik. It has a population of about 285 people. Let's continue our drive on the Sognefjord. Welcome to the Sogndal Municipality, which is part of the traditional region of Sogn. It is a relatively new municipality. It was a merger between several different municipalities in the year 2020. It is an old place, and archaeological excavations show that people have been living here for thousands of years. However, Sogndal emerged as an industrial community towards the end of the 19th century, with various different factories utilising the waterfalls in the surrounding region. We're getting closer and closer to Balestrand. We have made it to the final destination for today's drive, which is Balestrand. It is a perfect place to stay if you want to spend some time on the fjords. It is a well-known tourist spot since the end of the 1800s. Balestrand is home to Kviknes Hotel, which is a historic hotel from 1877. This hotel is where Kaiser Wilhelm II learnt about the First World War, and it has been owned by the same family ever since its conception. St. Olaf's Church is a very famous wooden church in the neighbourhood. It is often referred to as the English Church due to its connection to the English tourists who came through the region. Knut Kvikne, he allocated the land close to the hotel to build the church in memory of an Englishwoman, and the money came from 2 American women. So as you can possibly tell, this town has always had a tourist connection. It's also a place where you can try some famous cider. There is a building called the Cider House where you can go on a tour, make your own cider, or just buy some to drink. We're going to drive first to get some petrol, but then we'll drive into Balestrand and we'll finish today's video. So this is the end of today's video from Bergen to Balestrand. Once again, you can find all this information at thehiddennorth.com. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch our next video when we go to Gallafjellet.